Well, it is my pleasure once again to invite you to this tutorial as we journey on and look at Microsoft Excel. And in this tutorial we are covering how to determine the grade of a student based on the average marks and output it without having to type it. We would also want to cover how to do filtering of data, how to arrange your data, that is sorting your data. So let's get into it and be able to execute these commands that we are saying. Now you have seen that we have this spreadsheet. As you have been able to see, we have admission numbers, streams, blah blah, all those. But we have this column for grade, and we want to see how we can be able to determine our grade using the if. Actually, we call it the nested if statement. Remember, the grades are given out based on what you score, and in this case we want to output anybody who has 70 and above will have of 70 and above will have an A. In other words, what we are saying is that the way we are going to have our marks here is someone who has if your marks are greater than or equal to 70, then this guy is going to have an A, straight A. If your marks again happens to be marks happens to be less or equal to 60, yes, that would give us a B. And if your marks are the same as this is 50, less or are greater or equal to 50, then you have your C. And then we are saying if again your marks are greater or equals to this is gonna be 40, you're gonna score your D. Otherwise, we say otherwise below 40, just say below 40, that would grant us a fail. So how then do we go about this? We will typically show each other how to go about it in the next few steps. We can just so you come here, and this is where you are going to do your work. You will say equal sign, and then you say if. We are now comparing this with our logical statements. So we are saying if that is M3. If M3 is greater or equals to 70, then you put a comma and then you give a condition. That would be an A, just like that. Then you will need to that is a string, so that's what we are quoting. Then this is what we call a relational statement. So we would have a comma again, and then we want to enter another if. Now the value that would be if false. If this is not true, then the false one would be, we now say again if. Then we say if M3 again, if M3 is greater or equals to 60, then we will have a comma, and then we will have to quote what we want to put. That could be B, and then just like that, and we are moving. Yes. So the condition again, we have another if statement appearing there. So we say if M3 again is greater or equal to 50, in this case equals to 50, then we will have this just like that, and we quote C. Then we move on with that. We quote, we close that. That is now when M3 is greater or equal to 50. But remember, this is being checked as a unit. So if it is greater than 15, then the system checks whether it is above. It cannot be above 69. It is in that array. So again, we will say we want to have another if statement here, and we are saying if M3, our M3 is again greater or equals to 40, then we are going to output we put a comma, and what we want to output D. Yes, like that. Okay, then we put a comma. Now instead of writing now if again M3 is whatever, we just now output. It means that it's not within this range, so we just output fail like that, and then we quote. Then we need to close all these ifs that we have. So there are how many? There is the first if here, the second is here, the third is here, and the fourth is here. So we are going to close them like that: the first one, the second, the third, and the fourth. And then we press enter, and there you can see this student scored a B. Just like that, you've been able to do your grade without having to enter it. Now what you do, autofill it just like that, and you can see your students really performed. They have A, B. No one is even has a C. But be sure if you change some values here, like maybe this, and then you change some values like maybe this guy got 20, and then this guy got something like 40, and got something like 32. You can be able to see it changes automatically. So that is how to do grading using this kind of a system. So I have graded my students. I have not ranked them anyway, but you see I can rank the students based on their total. So how do you rank them? How do you sort? So we need to sort this data. So you come here and then you click like that. I want you to see how the numbering appears here, and even this admission number. So once I come here, I'll go to sort, and then I will say sort from largest to smallest. That's what I want. The largest person to be up there, the one who has more marks, and the least to be down. So I click, then there is a dialog box that will appear. Do not say continue the current selection, because that would only limit and it will not move with the other data, but rather just allow that expansion to happen. Then you click, and you can see that my numbers have been changed. The first student is now somebody different from the one who was number 1 at the point I was doing the typing. So I just need to change this again and say this is number 1, and then it is going to pick. I need to autofill because there's a formula I had applied. So that is it. This looks superb, right? Yes, and you can even be able to see from this. So that is how you do grading, and you can be able to give us the position of the students. Then how do you do what we call sorting? Let's sort this based on the stream. We have this field here, stream. So we want to sort this stream, and probably we only want students who are from R or from H, from G alone. So what do? You have to, after selecting this, you will come to sort and filter. So we do what we call filtering. To filter is not the same as sorting. Sorting is to arrange in some manner. To filter means you want to meet some criteria by selecting a given data. So you can see how this field now looks like. I want to, should not be that way, should be the other way around. This is where I want to sort. So I'll click here, and I want to filter, not sorting, filtering. So if I come here and then I unselect them, I only want to select the J's or the H in this category. Then I say okay. Then you can see that that list is already selected. I mean, it's already filtered. I only have students from H, and I can even be able to see how they have performed. If I wanted to select something else, I can unselect that one and maybe select the R only, and then do that. You can be able to see that. And perfectly, that is how you do select, confirming the grade, sorting your data, and also filtering your data. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I wish you best moments even as you continue expanding your knowledge in Excel. You'll be able to share on other areas. Great moments.